GTA Online offers a load of good ways to make money. But what if you took a level 1 character and made him use the worst money methods possible? So that's what I set out to do. And I can only use the worst money method. And with a 24-hour timer, let's start. After I finished the tutorial, I still had some money left for 4 mil, so I went out and bought some necessary purchases. And after I did that, I went to the casino to test out my luck. But they won't let me gamble. I don't know why. They said something about robbing them. Oh well, just take the 5k and leave. So instead, I decided to make a stop by making money by doing some simian jobs. Look at this cunt. He made himself employee of the month. Okay, anyway, overall the job was simple. Go to the movie studio, kill a couple guards, and get the cargo bob. And go out and get the cars. Easy, right? No. Okay, overall, Simian's work's mostly the same. So I decided to do what most British people don't want to do. Get a job. Yeah, I know, not rely on the government to give you money for a quote-unquote back injury. It's better than getting a job. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. But I did finish the pizza job. Then I went ahead and done some taxi jobs for a couple of hours. Then I went ahead and done some like security job. I don't know what it's really called. And after, I visited Leicester to start the first and worst heist in the game. Like, I know it was made 10 years ago. Come on, GTA players make that in their sleep. Literally, but anyway. And after visiting Leicester, I went to my apartment to start the first setup. Then after finding a homeless person to help with the setup, then Leicester used his orgy magic to teleport into my apartment. Then after some discussion, we got started with the first setup. And after exiting the building and getting into Leicester's car, we rushed over to the bank and looked at the building for some reason. Then Leicester decided to show his nudes. I will be scarred for life. Well, after some trauma later, Leicester showed us some footage from the cameras to see what's in the vault and our target. Then after deciding to leave the bank, Leicester showed me a hack that was easy enough to do. And then after restarting the setup without fail this time, we got into a car, went to my apartment to do the next setup. Overall, the second setup was just easy. Nothing interesting really. Okay, let's get into the heist. And it would be nice for Leicester to not teleport into my apartment and then go on to sniff the homeless guy and me. And before I kick Leicester out, he'd love to get some mind-blowing advice. After sorting out the cuts and our outfits, we were ready to go to rob the bank. Rushed on over to Leicester's factory and picked up the armored crewman. Then I had to do a hack. First one was easy, second one was hard as fuck, and then eventually I done the third one, which was, hard enough. Then after I did the hack, I got the vault open. Since my hacking took forever, we were at the bank when I finished. And then I waited for my teammate to come out AFK, and then we got out and went in the bank. Then we went in guns blazing. I went in the back to go get Leicester's stash. And since Leicester lost his key, I had to drill it open. But luckily enough, right, it was not hard to drill through. Then after drilling through to get the bot, I was able to get it and get the fuck out of there. And also able to shut the door next. Who knows who Leicester left in there. Then after, I made it through the doors and the cops to get to the armored crewman, and it was a swift getaway. By ramming through the police and made it to the bridge, which we got onto an escape helicopter and made it out. Then we gave Leicester his mysterious spot, then go inside to celebrate by going to the bar and treating the homeless guy to a beer. So far, heist complete. After completing the heist, it was mostly just grinding from here on out. Like taxi jobs, delivering pizza, and selling off my document forgery, and just a bunch of random stuff. Then I decided to do some Madrazo hits, which I never done before. Overall, it was simple. It was just going to the police station, taking out the hits, and then getting out of there. Just as easy as that. Then I decided to do them all, which was a lot of fun to do. Then after doing all that, it was back to the grind. All up until it hit the last hour. Personally, I never expected so little content from the worst money methods, so with our last hour, I decided to have a little fun. So with all that, our time was up. So with all that, we made roughly around $1 million, which is more than I expected. So with all that, was it a good way to make money? Obviously not. But was it fun? Yes. So with all that then, Leicester only has one piece of advice for you before we go.
Mind-blowing